Hey, greetings. All right, kind of dial it down a little bit. Give the moon eclipse, give it a break. I didn't even look at the moon actually today. I kind of forgot I was busy and I completely forgot. I've seen it 2000. I mean, I'm in Florida. We're not going to really see much of anything. 2017, I remember that, and that was pretty cool. But I seen it once. It's not. I mean, I've been feeling it. I think the feeling part has been, like I said, all of a sudden I bring back the webinar and everything. So, you know, it's been doing its work. So I've been more going through that phase. So that is probably more important. I felt reptilian energy, reptilian frequencies. Basically, there's an angelic war going on. So basically, give it more like the reptilian point of view, more like a neutral energy for whatever it needs to be said there. Just from a neutral point of view, you can even look at it from a sixth dimension energy. Just because. It doesn't have to have a full reason for it. This is as you know, a galactic war, or a soul war here, and so on. Also, angelic realms, of course. Like I say, nothing's perfect in angelic realms either. It's Elohim energies, and just that's perfect. And then you have the ultra positive people that there's a lot of negative energy there manipulating society. So connect more to a neutral energy, just put the intention for that, because some people just want the positive, overly positive energy, and that's their path, wherever that takes them. So, and those that feel like they're on a positive path, but then have like this like sinister dark side of them. More power to you on that one. I mean, everybody has a dark side, but geez, sometimes it gets kind of intense out there. What I've experienced at some of these spiritual events. Yeah, some of the spiritual individuals, it's like, hey, everything's fine. All of a sudden, they say something really snarky or dark. It comes out of nowhere. It's like, geez, they just walked right into a trap. So, it does happen every once in a while. So you think these spiritual events are free of manipulation? Like, again, it can come out of nowhere. Is it from people that you wouldn't think would? Anyway, whatever, who cares? Nobody's perfect. Some people have it all, and it's still not good enough, apparently. Let's just put it that way. So, all right, so I'm totally calm. I got the site working halfway decent, maybe. Maybe I have to check it to make sure it's still working. I'm not going to keep messing with this thing. The private sessions. We're at a channel. I'm still doing some. I'm not going to keep messing with it. I'm giving it a break. So the shop here. And hopefully it's halfway decently working. I don't know anymore. Hopefully it's not too confusing. You have the add to cart and checkout here. So hopefully it's not too out there. I can spend forever trying to fix it, but is it worth it? Is it worth a transition? Yes and no. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to the cats are sleeping, and for good reason. All right. Yeah, they're sleeping in the craziest places, but anyway, I'm not going to go into that. The world is still here. We haven't been blasted to the next world. I guess really it hasn't been any news events today, other than the eclipse. It was kind of quiet overall. I don't think there was anything that was pressing. Just traffic, I guess, for some people, because a lot of people stop their cars to look at the eclipse and things like that. It's just funny. All right, so it goes to reptilian collective, neutral energies, and just kind of the sixth dimension energy of that, and just give their point of view, like our Earth progress or world progress, and angelic realms, same thing, just a more neutral connection. And that might be some of the Elohim frequencies coming Andromeda, but maybe Elohim. So, all right, blessings. brings reptilian frequencies. So you kind of, humanity is kind of like on the edge of a transition of getting to know more of itself. What you've heard, all harder truths or softer truths, basically more truth about itself. Not to say everybody has to believe it, but if you really want to go into your spiritual cleansing, sometimes that take a leap, take a chance to discover more about yourself when you feel the time is right. Of course, it isn't always, but there are windows of opportunity that are necessary for your growth and the growth of others. So currently, the eclipse is not over yet. Yes, it goes for a week and it also goes for 2 weeks. It's basically open a portal of time, a timeline for new beginnings on whatever path you choose, or it's already a chosen path already, but you can still choose yes or no. But sometimes not always good to play it safe. But on a genetic level of humanity's frequency, there's still a lot of like you're in a human body, a human vehicle, but you are allowed to upgrade yourselves to a higher. Not that you're gonna fly in the sky anytime soon, but if you can achieve a soul upgrade or a soul upgrade. Basically, your body can adapt to more higher dimensional frequencies if you deserve it. If you're It's like you're showing that you'll use it well, because as soon as you start weaponizing and attacking people mentally and becoming a child, a lot of that will be taken back. And then there's others that are allowed to keep that ability, but then karma comes marching in. So there's a little bit more details to that situation, but definitely the maturity level of some of you that are going through this transition. The maturity levels are not the easiest to tap into because some like the child frequency for whatever reason. It's like the childlike energy is just like a safe zone. It's just you feel more at home there. So sometimes when some don't want to grow up, they want to be like still a kid. But the mature frequency is basically, well, you can also handle more the mature because you become more grounded, but not everybody wants that because they remember their fairy lifetimes and they can fly around and do all this crazy stuff. But you can become a mature fairy if you want to, but some choose not to do that. But you always have a choice. As for the reptilians are maturing also because a lot of them act like children. So this is growing up for humanity, but also alien beings on all levels, even the malevolent ones that are causing just awfulness, because a lot of them become more positive eventually. To do so, though, they have to, when they break out of those negative timelines, life doesn't exactly go well for them either. So one of the reasons why this world even exists is the maturity of the universe itself. So you're taking like childlike beings that are horrible, and it's kind of like a butterfly effect. You're affecting them on the more, they go through a transition from, into a butterfly, basically. You can say that's one way of looking at it, and just helping the universe itself to elevate. The Earth plays a role in it. There's more to it than that, but plays a big role, basically overcoming inner obstacles. And there's going to be many, of course. Well, the harder it is, the more that you're clearing, the more you're discovering more about yourself, the more the speed bumps more than you. A lot of it is you're just helping the human collective also. Sometimes people that you're connected to, you're helping them through their transition. It's a mess. It's an absolute mess. Yeah, it's not what it's cracked up to be, that's for sure. Well, especially as some of you feel like life is slow as molasses. Like things are just, what is happening here? Well, if you have a family line that you're assisting in their growth, you're at their speed. And their speed might be 0 miles an hour. And yours might be 1,000 or 1,000,000. But because of that, you're learning through it's like you slow down your frequency, the little details about yourself or whatever it is. It's like watching grass grow. But little by little details about yourself will come up. It can be from the past. So like you're doing your own inner healing and not even know it. And every once in a while, something will pop up. It's like, why does that person show up? Why is this coming through? I actually be surprised how many are becoming more relaxed internally. And not even realize it. It's like I thought I was already relaxed, and I become more relaxed. More relaxed meaning you connect more to the astral realms, actually. I mean, your mind's not going 100 miles an hour, you're slowing down and just allowing more of the spirit realms to connect to you. Because the mind's always, on, overdrive. And you just take a break. It's kind of like the mind goes like to like a bus stop and just takes it easy. You're waiting for the bus. You're waiting for whoever, those that, that are at just a different pace. Doesn't mean they're slower. They're just at a different, how they learn, whatever it might be. There's nothing wrong with slowing things down. Doesn't mean they're slow. I mean, yes, no, but there's reason behind it. You have to call them just slow. Trust me, alien beings look at your world. It's like, what's that? What's up with that place? But then again, like I said, higher dimensions go too fast. They need this period of self-reflection. So you'd be surprised how much you pick up. Like painters, artists can discover little things about themselves and so on. So blessings. Greens. Angelic realm frequencies, ninth dimension energies, Elohim collective frequencies, also Andromeda, but much of the Elohim. It says a spirit war. It says the spirit realms, you could say fall into the physical realm to like you're in, yes, the chessboard of life, the humanoid chess reality. Of course, it's the human game to discover more about ourselves, but also to fight the war on a different plane. And it's you don't have to look at it as a war, but technically it is. Basically, it's because the lower dimensions are trying to trap souls here forever, and to truly just to lock you in to a collective where you have you see the idea is to when a soul loses itself, other entities take it over at a lower frequency and tell them this is normal. Just like your lifetimes here. They tell you all these problems, everything here is just normal. And yes, you do get something out of it, but still, there are easier ways of figuring about yourself going through all this. But you're also one of the reasons you're here is you're feeling what the lower dimensions are going through. And you'd be surprised how many are actually trapped here that you're connecting to. Some are obvious, some are not so obvious. So yeah, it's like your soul retrieval. You're actually assisting many souls from being trapped here to be free wherever they go. They don't have to be trapped on the earth plane. Now you can go to incarnate to any physical plane all you want, but this one obviously has a different agenda. You can go to a world also that has this same type of density without all this demonic, to capture yourself. So you can incarnate in a world that's challenging, but not have your soul be lost forever. Because this world does have, your soul doesn't get lost forever. Fractals of it. You can affect your higher self. You feel the pull to actually pull the rest of you down. And sometimes it does have, it depends, but that's why I have you have family energies, family lines, angelic realms, whoever it might be that's assisting you in your growth. Well, it's just that they want to get so many souls here lazy so they can take their power. Because the lower dimension beings are technically dying. They're not as strong as they think they are. Some are extremely arrogant. And they need power. They need something to live off of. That's why they're always grabbing off to you. And that's why incarnating here and understanding it, how you're maneuvering and how you see reality. Obviously, many do tap out of reality and go into this delusional state. And many of you are here to bring in the real world. And that real world eventually will be the demonic realms to be seen. It's kind of seen, but truly see it eventually. You're not quite there yet. But you are showing the darkness of humanity, which can be beautiful and also horrible at the same time. There is a beauty to it at the same time. There can be a lot of good coming out of it at the same. A lot of souls transition to a more higher frequency by being here. Well, they gotten lazy throughout their incarnations on other worlds, and they come here, and it gets their attention. It's like, oh, I better get my act together. But it might take a while to figure that out. So it's not always supposed to make sense why you're here. What matters is that, well, sometimes mystery is a good thing. It's just you're slowly unraveling it. Because if you told too much, like the impact of how you deal with the situations could be lessened. The less you know, sometimes it is, the better, depending on the situation. Because it gets you to act differently, just act stronger. You act more viciously to some level, or you just have more passion towards what you're going towards. And of course, there's a light and dark to everyone. But the darkness here is trying to exploit it, and just like it's for their survival. They need you here to survive. But as all this knowledge here gets unlocked, the history of the world will eventually unlock. Of course, you can't the versions that you want, but and this world will probably exist on some levels. It will get lighter, but is humanity ready for what's really here? As it's some of you will bring it up. It's through artworks. It's done through. It's told in different ways. Even Dante's Inferno is one version of it. Also, of course, the angelic realms are here too. But the angelic realms, yes, they do get bored there sometimes. Well, it's just, and that's why it's good for a soul to test itself. You have to test yourself to this extreme. But it is good to challenge oneself. And as you can see, a lot of souls here don't really challenge themselves. That's why they get locked in here. They want someone else to rule their life too, which is not healthy at all. But that's the path that they choose. They're not ready to truly believe in themselves. So, and believing in yourself is not the easiest, but that helps you move forward as in a higher consciousness. You'd be surprised how many souls are just kind of like in pause and just kind of moving, but not really. And some of you are there to snap them out of it. And yes, they can bite back. You run into that a lot. But some of you that are here to evolve get snapped out a lot by just because many of you are assisting others, family members, whoever, to evolve into a higher plane, or at least to a higher version of themselves. And yes, they can resist it. They can fight you. Some do stay back. But you're still assisting them anyway, because it's like, yeah, you might have hit the brakes, but you're still worth. Your life is still worth something. Let's put it that way. So even if the soul gets pulled into lower dimensions, those that you're protecting or assisting, you're going to assist them. Doesn't mean you have to feel everything that they're going through, but you can still be there for them in some form or another, family member, friend, whoever it might be. So in your path here, it's just just take it. Like I said, a lot of times mystery is good. You can always ask, the spirit realms where you're allowed to know about yourself. Just ask, and what comes through, what comes to mind. If it says take it easy, that's for just now. Take it easy now. Most likely something will turn around in the future and make things, hectic. The world itself is transitioning out of the lower frequency slowly. It's not fully. Sometimes you need to see darkness, as you see in your politics. They need to have, a lot of them are seeing their own truths. It's not so pretty there. So, but right now, just focus on yourself. What matters most. So you're doing yourself a favor there. So, thanks.